Hi there. Welcome to my 100 Days of Gardening Indoor Plant series, and today I'm talking about the money plant. Okay, the money plant is one of my favorite plants because it is really the gift that keeps on giving. And I think also because when I was growing up, this is a plant you would see in most of the homes, right? I think it's believed that if you have this plant in your home, it will summon money, and so yeah, and so it made sense for people to for many homes to have it. Yeah, but actually, the reason why I particularly like this plant is because it not only is it really gorgeous to style with, but it is fairly easy to care for. Yeah. So like I said, the money plant is an easy plant to care for, and one of the things is when we start with the soil. As long as you have a well-draining soil, so a mix of compost and even garden soil or red soil, you should be okay. And then when it comes to light, it prefers a place where there is indirect bright light. So you can put it in a bedroom, you can put it in a living room, you can put it anywhere within the house or in an office. I think they really look fabulous in restaurants. Yeah, so any indoor space with nice bright light, and you put it hanging or in hanging baskets or hanging planters, or you can position it to grow vertically. That also is really cool, and you can trail it against your walls and it can grow. So you can create a green wall or a green space using the money plant. So that makes it a good plant for that. So one of the things you need to be careful about though with the money plant, it really does not appreciate inconsistent watering. And what does that mean? That means that you just decide to pour water somehow haphazardly. And from what I have experienced, is the best thing to do is to check the soil. Yeah, so you should always check the soil, put your finger and make sure that the soil is dry. Yeah, so you can see this one is there is still dirt to the finger, so it's not yet ready. But don't wait for it to dry out absolutely completely. Now that might be a little bit somehow tricky, but it shouldn't be, so with time you should learn how your plant drinks its water. So when you water your plant, say today is Monday and you've watered your plant, and then you've checked your plant again on Friday, and then you've seen, okay, it could do with a little bit more water. You note that in your mind. What is the temperature like? Has the temperature been consistent? Then that way it may sound a little bit scientific, but it's a system that will come to you. Although even if you let it dry completely before you water the next time, the only thing that will do to tell you that it's unhappy is that the leaves start to turn brown. So, and then when they start to turn brown, that is when now okay, there's something wrong. Yeah, and that's what I also really appreciate about the money plant, is that it communicates before it's too late. So if the leaves start to turn brown, then that shows you there's a sign of there's something wrong. And then you can easily check and see what has been my watering pattern. Is the light too bright? Because then if it is exposed to a light that is way too bright for it, again the leaves will start to turn brown, because it's going to be like a burn. Yeah, so that is a way in which the plant will communicate with you and tell you there's something wrong. But other than that, your plant should be good to go. So it's a really easy plant and nice to have. I think you should have this, and then it's really fun to style with. So I call the money plant the gift that keeps on giving because of how easy it is to propagate. All you really need to do is you take a mother plant like this one. Now if you look at I'm going to show you a node. So this is a node. So this is a node, this one. Yeah. This is another node. So if you cut this one right just below the node, if you cut it there with a scissors or a secateur, and then you put it in water, just put it in a glass of water like this, it is going to, within a couple of days or weeks, it's going to produce roots like that. Yeah. And then you will have yourself new plants. So from one plant, just one like this, you can have one plant and then it becomes the mother plant, and you just go propagating one after the other, and within no time you can have hundreds of them, you know. So I really like that. And all you need is just a jar of water, and then once it has rooted like this, like now for example, here I have maybe 3 or 4 so like this one, you can see the size of that root. I can now put it in soil, you know, and then that's a new plant. Yeah. Another one is the way it can grow in so many nice, you know, so you can just have a small one like this if you don't want too big, because you have a small space. Maybe it's a desk, a dressing table, or a space in the bathroom, or your desk in the office, and you just have a small space and you want a nice leafy juicy plant. You can go, you know, something like this, you see, you know, and it looks really nice, you know. Or you can go full with one type. So here I have mixed the golden, yeah, so this is called a golden pothos, this one with really light green leaves. And then this is a variegated version. So variegated means that it's multicolor, the leaves. Yeah, so you can either mix varieties or you can go with singular varieties, just depending on what your taste is like. Yeah, so there you have it, how to grow a money plant, the gift that keeps on giving.